Heading into week 3, this team is almost in turmoil. A lot of pressure after a slow start, to say the least, by primarily one side. Coach Bearington is not only challenging this defense to step up, play better, but he is guaranteeing a win. And he has a few reasons why. After starting this season with arguably the worst defense in the league, giving up 55 points a game, he has met the worst defense with one of the best offenses, keeping us relevant. But he knows a change is needed. And this week, we switch to a 3-4 that will best utilize all of our defensive tackles. And for a linebacker core that is young and frankly has a lot of questions around him, it'll take some of that pressure off by only primarily having two play, the two hot hands. As for the secondary, it will stay as we tried last week. Nathan Oliver, Deontay Banks on the outside. And in the slot will be Corey Black. Now obviously switching over to the 3-4, that means a new defensive playbook. With that, Griffin Murphy, our defensive coordinator, is going to be changing up some of his play calls. But for Coach Bearington, not only is he seeing a new defense on the field for his team, he's meeting up with a few former players. On the road in week 3, we meet up with the New Orleans Saints, and they are led by the #1 overall pick, national championship winning former quarterback of Coach Bearington in Juston Sorenson, a hidden dev with a good amount of arm strength with plenty of speed. Unfortunately, we will not see Miles Vaughn, the former tackle for Coach Bearington, in the lineup today as he has a dislocated elbow. And at one point, they also had Cliff Robinson, another tackle from Stanford. They actually ended up cutting the rookie, where he would then sign with the Ravens. So both these teams head into week 3 with some shaking up to their rosters. Coach Bearington changing up his defense. Saints changing up their offense to fill in for injuries, and these two will battle it out in the Caesars Superdome. So all eyes are primarily going to be on the young quarterback and a new look defense. For Coach Bearington, it will look to be that defense out first, as the Giants are set to kick this game underway. Gillian with the big boot. Return will start at the 3, taking it right up center field and eventually wrapped up about the 26-yard line. And out comes the rookie, Juston Sorenson. So far, 432 passing yards, a pair of touchdowns. And we'll see how he matches up against his former coach. Starting with the pass, but immediate blitz is sent. Carter with the sack and a good welcome note from Coach Bearington. Perhaps a bit of a note to his former college quarterback saying, hey, this is a different league. You got to be on your toes. Loss of 7, play 1 is a quick pass to follow. Over the middle and finding some space through the middle. Eventually, do get the tackle, forcing a 3rd and 5. Right back to it here quickly. Sorensen with time to throw downfield into double coverage and broken up. That is Corey Black with the pass deflection. For this defense, a rare early stop, giving the ball over to the offense, who could take the field starting just shy of the opposite 30-yard line. That offense has been mighty fine, though a little bit slow last week against the Jets. Still putting up 30 as Scattaboo almost broke off another gain of 20, the first play of offense. And he has been the man for this team. Obviously last year breaking records, but this year has kept them in these games. Going play action off of him. Looking downfield and throwing. Sideline is too tall. Perhaps the pressure forced there on Dart. Just a slightly errant throw. He had an open target. The 48-yard line, here we remain. Scattaboo breaks one. Going to pick up about 5 to 6. That leaves the Giants with a doable down here. 3rd and 4. Opposite side now. Plus side. Bunch right-hand side. They tried the hard count. Didn't quite open up, and not enough time to get it out cleanly as Granderson got back there. Pass falls incomplete, but coach keeps that unit out on the field. It's 4th and 4. Hard count, and they get the man to jump early. You can call that one on Devon Godshaw. 3, 5, and a first down to the 41. They stick with the same look, though, flipping the field. Dart steps up, but right into the pressure down the middle. It's Granderson back again. And we have seen more pressure up front this year than in the past couple. A young center who switched positions, now the starter here, and that could be a cause of the concern over the middle as they do not hook up with Etienne on the screen. And now the Giants facing a 3rd and 15 as they're back to the 46-yard line where they were for that 4th down attempt. Going out to the right-hand side here, quick flip forward, that's Etienne who gets by about 1 or 2. Coach B, he's going to call a timeout there. He wants a second to decide here. Schrader's at an up and down start. A 56-yard attempt, but he sends him out there. He missed it wildly a couple weeks ago, but slices that one just inside the left upright. It was leaning. But that one's good and is hopefully the confidence boost his kicker needs. Giants, they take the lead here early on with a field goal, make it 3-0. Defense got a 3-and-out last time. Saints start with a run, looking to find space, but nowhere to go. Abdul Carter and Banks containing the run well there. That's what the 3-4 defense is going to do well for you here with the 3 DTs down on the field. It's a 5-man front. Looking to throw the ball right into Sanders' hands. It's an interception for the rookie quarterback. And for Sanders, who's had a slow start this season, that could be yet again a big morale boost. Unfortunately, for the young man there, doesn't look like the defense is wanting to celebrate much. They head straight to the sideline as the offense takes the field at the 35. And the pressure again hits down the middle. The Giants are going to have to figure that out. It was the edge man, but he wrapped inside, and they just didn't stick with him. So 2nd and 16, you're behind the chains again. Throws over the middle. That is Malik Johnson in and out of his hands. So you got these two defenses going at each offense, making a lot of big plays. And for the Giants offense, it's another 3rd and long. Throwing downfield, intercepted. Dart tried to find Malik Neighbors, but it's Fuller drifting back from his zone and picking that one off. 2 interceptions. They go back-to-back, one for each team. For Dart, that does continue a rough start for him this season. An interception at the minimum per game. He's had 2 in each of the games so far, but Carter with a good run, Phil. We've had to see so much from these offenses the last couple of weeks that perhaps now they're just getting that slow start. Facing the blitz and getting by Sanders opens up some running room. Saints, they go with the groundwork there on 2nd. It pays off, forcing a 3rd and 3. Spread look here. Double A gap blitz is going to not pay off. Tutu Atwell over the middle as Juston Sorenson settles there after a little bit of a frantic start to the play. For the Saints, for the first time, they find themselves plus side at the 49-yard line. Going back to the run, again, Carter makes a good fill. Kevin Salmon joins at that safety spot. He didn't necessarily have the best start, getting his first career start last week. The defense gave up a lot of passing plays. They've looked better out the gate here. Open down the middle, though, Carter again makes the play. The defense is feeling a little bit sharper out there today with a change made. Perhaps it just kicked them into gear. Motion, Saints receiver over to the right-hand side, make that 2 spread either side. They send the corner blitz off the left. Passes outside, and quick tackle comes in by Holland. On Tutu Atwell, short of the line to gain. We'll see the Saints trot out their field goal unit as well. Ryland, right hash. This one leans too far left. About a minute to go here in the first quarter. We remain 3-0 Giants. Well, frankly, with what we're seeing from these offenses, who knows when we're finally going to see something finally click for both sides in an easy marching drive. We'll start ours at the 47, about midfield. Cameron Scattaboo, he's got space down the middle, and another first down gain. 3 rushes, 37 yards. It seems pretty clear. Right now, you got to run the ball. Maybe even 80% of the time if you're the Giants, because the passing has not been successful. You get a little block there from Fedoni, just a gain of 2. Shortest run of the day for Cameron Scattaboo, averaging 6.5 a rush last week in that loss to the Jets. should be the final play of the quarter here as the Giants do snap it. They get Neighbors downfield with that block. Cameron Scadaboo again with space. He's averaging a little over 10 yards a carry as we close the first quarter of play. It has not been clean for either offense. We've already seen an interception for both sides. Right now the Giants getting back to the running game, and it's helping out massively. That's got to be their focus into the second quarter. As we kick off that second quarter, it'll be at the 25 with a 1st and 10 split backfield here for the Giants, as it's going to be a keeper for Dart sliding down. He's picking up about 3. That might be a play designed to just give Scadaboo the potential for a little bit of a rest. An I formation here. They go back to some RPO. Cameron Scadaboo, space down the middle, rumbling to about the 5. I think they mark him down at the 6. He was a heavy use player last year. He's going to get a bit of a breather after a heavy load this drive. 2 backup running backs check in. Dart, though, will keep it on the triple option, but you only needed that one option. Dart finds the first touchdown of the game here in New Orleans. Make it 10-0 away team. And for Coach B, he's got to feel pretty excited about how this team is playing. The offense, best drive, defense has played well. Perhaps a little bit of some sadness for the start of Juston Sorenson, but this is still NFL. We got a long game in front as they set up the screen pass. Carter, he's having his best game yet. And we are seeing this defense play in what seems to be a lot more shell looks out there. A lot of too high. That is a change to how they've ran in the past. And a big hit Sanders on the edge. Any game they had on that screen, he loses. But clearly, throughout the week, the changes made to that 3-4, a little shift from what they were doing, but definitely a play call change has taken place, and that is helping out in a big way. Though not tight enough in man coverage, Olave, first grab, first down. We've also seen this defense primarily play that man coverage today, not a whole lot of zone. We'll see how much that continues on, or what they do look to do as they bring the blitz here. Sitting back in zone, almost jumped by Holland. At least breaking that one up to Tutu Atwell. And that's just something they're going to have to do every now and then, just change things up a little bit. Sorensen, the lone guy in the backfield with an empty set. It's a 4-man rush. Thibodeau and Carter, they get through. The edge rush hits home. Second play made in the backfield on Sorensen today. With a 3rd and 18, we'll see how the Saints look to attack this. They do have 2 tight ends right side. Defense is sitting back in a dime, just trying to cover the back end as Alexander gets back there. Make it back-to-back sacks. That's 3 on the day for the Giants. This defense is night and day to the previous 2 weeks. That has just been a boon to their offense, who will take the field at the 38-yard line. They found success running the ball last time. They start in shotgun here, running some power. Cameron Scadaboo for 3. Now this is an offensive line that is a pretty power-focused group, but we haven't seen them run that much power, a lot more zone looks. They do go back to some more power here as Tafoya. He gets that pull in front. Scadaboo struggles to find his way around it. But it's not like he struggled much today. A lot of success with the groundwork. Though with a 3rd and 3, how do they look to attack it? Play clock all the way down to 1. They do finally snap that ball. Look to pass this one outside and finding Theo Johnson. He will fall forward, ensuring that first down to the midfield line. Sticking with the same look, though flipping strong side. Now they go jet sweep, but Granderson saves a potential big hitter there for the Giants. You could argue right now Granderson has been the player of the game for the Saints. As Dart checking the field here, tight coverage across the board, barks out a play call change, gets the release on the outside, lofting this for Neighbors. It drops in, and he will separate to the end zone. Jackson Dart with a good read there of the defense. Malik Neighbors had the one-on-one. He had to beat him off the line, and he beat him off the line. Giants, they take a 17-point lead, and you could thank that pass play to the run plays, drawing down the defense. That is a perfect setup from Coach Bearington. For his former quarterback in Juston Sorenson, he's not used to this kind of performance, down 17 points. It'll be very interesting to see how the young quarterback bounces back here. We start at the 28. Going to set up that run play again, but the linemen take it away. That was Maurice Alakai and Alexander just squeezing down the center of that defense, the center of that offense. No gain. We go through the 2-minute break here. 4-man rush, pass, beating Sanders. That time it was a mismatch of speed. Bauer's a pretty fast tight end. He does not look much like a tight end, almost more of that physical type receiver. And that's how the Saints look to utilize him, as they go hurry up here inside that 2-minute. Trying to save some timeout usage. And getting open on the break across by Banks, who misses the tackle. Oliver ultimately has to get the tackle, and we've seen him lock down his side of the field. No one has really passed much to him. 1st and 10 here. Lofted passes outside and broken up Banks. That's a great response there from the DB. He's had flashes. Got a bit banged up last week, so he missed a chance to see a little bit extra of playing time. Olave drops it. Holland absolutely laid into him there to jar that one free. Sorenson almost had a touchdown pass. Instead, it's 3rd and 10. Quick pass in off the left cheek of Corey Black. It's 4th and 10. Ryland missed a field goal chance earlier. They'll trot him out following that incompletion. A good drive squandered in the red zone. And that one will be good. Saints on the board. About 47 seconds left in this half. Now the passing game for the Giants has been a little bit hit or miss so far this year. They got 43 seconds to work with post-kick. We'll see how aggressive they look to get. Only 2 timeouts, as I used that one earlier. Starting with a split backfield. They do look to go to the air, though. This is a screen out to Scattaboo. Left side of the field, stiff arm to help him get out of bounds. Now they only have to get into field goal range here for sure. But Coach Bearington, he's an aggressive guy, so we'll see what he looks to try to do here if he presses more for that touchdown. Little motion right-hand side. That's going to be the tight end. They'll go his way underneath. And takes an awkward bit of contact. No timeout called there. Instead, they look to go hurry up. Getting everyone back to the line here. Scattaboo joining that line. 24 seconds, they snap that ball. Pass right side. And that'll be a short gain. Timeout called there at about the 45. But they still have about 20 seconds to work with. They're about 5 or so yards away from a safe field goal range. They come out with a split backfield, 2 hands down, but Fedoni, he's going to go in motion out to the left-hand side. 2 receivers out to the right. So now you got 2 tight ends to the left. Looking to go downfield. It's a one-on-one. Theo Johnson, though, covered well. Definitely can't blame him for trying that one. That was a good one-on-one matchup. Good height difference as well, just unfortunately not able to make the play. So 13 seconds. Trying to make something happen here. Dart will take the contact. He gets to the 40. This clock will roll down to 1 second. And Coach Bearington will call that final timeout. Trotting out the field goal unit. Now Schrader, he hit one from 56. This is a 57-yard field goal. And he's got a good lineup here, and he'll play with the right upright this time. Field goal is good to send us to the break. 2 for him so far this game from a good distance. Played with the left upright, now with the right, and we take a 20-3 lead into the break. With how this defense has played in the prior 2 games, you got to be very happy, Giants fans, with how they have put together a change on that defense. Good planning. Well, let's take a break from our game. We're looking around the league. Caleb Williams looking for the deep shot down the right sideline. It's a jump ball brought in, splitting the tackle attempts and running away with the win. 19-13. The Bears take down the Cardinals. Meanwhile, we got a battle of green taking place in Philadelphia. Eagles and Jets, 2 teams that are 2-0. It's a handoff to Saquon, but the shoulder comes in, popping that ball free. It's scooped up and scored by the Jets defense. That gives them a 21-14 lead at the break. And for our last studio update here, we have the 49ers. They're looking to pick up their first win of the season, same as our Giants. On the road, taking on the Packers. It's a dump off to Pearsall. He's going to break a few tackles, get himself into the end zone, and give the 49ers a halftime lead, 14-13. As for our game, Giants, what they've done well is defense and running that ball. Heading into this second half, they are set to get the ball to open up. I expect to see a whole lot more of Scattaboo and the other running backs. Meanwhile, for the Saints, well, they have struggled. They have one player who has shined today. That is Granderson up front for him on this defensive line. Got to keep an eye on him. They're going to move him around a little bit. He'll be on the outside right side as we get this second half underway. It's a handoff to Scadaboo with space down the middle. Picks up the block from Fredonia. Stiff arm. And if not for 52 coming in there late, we would be talking about a touchdown to open up this second half of play. But right now, this front five for the Giants, they are mauling in the run game. That has got to be their focus. As we go back to it here, Scadaboo. Left side, he's got 3. And with those 2 runs to start this half, one, he's going to get the breather, but that has him over 100 yards on the ground. And we're really just getting started here. With a lofted pass, that's Theo Johnson downfield to about the 15 with the spin to cap off that run. And this is more of the offense we saw last year that saw them get to that Super Bowl for the second straight year and win it. Down to the 15, Cameron Scadaboo. He'll get a gain of 5. This is really the spot of the field in which we see Coach Bearington really open up the playbook a little bit. You've got to keep an eye on the passing game, the running backs. You've got to keep an eye on Dart, who does look to keep this one. He had a rushing touchdown earlier. He gets the edge on Young, but cannot find that pylon. Instead, he's taken down. About the 2 is where they mark him. For the first and goal, now Scadaboo, he's going to motion outside here. Quick flip out his way. Scadaboo will have a receiving touchdown as well here today. Giants with a great opening drive here the second half. A smooth running drive that extends their already 17-point lead, now making it a 24-point lead. This is the Giants team everyone expected to see to start the year. It just took them a couple weeks to get going. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they got to get their offense going here. Passes downfield, too tall for Sorenson. Honestly, if that ball was any bit lower, Banks was sitting on a good spot to try to jump it. Look to go back to the passing game here, to the flat, to Atwell, close. We'll end up calling that a gain of about 9.5. It sets up a third and about half a yard. Sorensen gets crunched. But it does pick up the first down for the Saints. The sneak. Giants haven't done too well this year in stopping that. The 42-yard line. Saints keep their offensive moving here. Looking to get the run outside. Good flow from the corners to get out there and slow that down. Now it does look like an injury up front for the Saints. Looks like Edwards. And considering they're already missing Vaughn, they might be wondering if it was a bad decision to cut Cliff Robinson, as Abdul Carter was on that one from the snap. Not even a chip block on him. That was just a straight send. So 3rd and 10. Saints do look to go. Empty set here. Sorensen scrambles, but Carter catches him from behind. He picks up 4, leaving a 4th and 6 at the 46. But to the crowd's chagrin, the Saints just look to punt that ball away. Boos do come down. As for the Giants, they'll get ball and they'll snap it with 1 second to go on that play clock. They're taking all the time in the world here in the second half. This is a unit that, for the first time this season, is not under pressure to keep up with anyone. They can just run their game, and they are running it. And with a solid stop there on second, gotta wonder if they do look to pass, and coming out with an empty set seems to be the case here. Left side, throwing, and drop. Theo Johnson. No, ref saying caught down prior to that ball coming out. Getting some light boos coming in from the crowd. I could understand why. At the 31, it's a first down here, Giants. With a strong eye, play action, rolling, and he's going to look to just extend this outside, taking a late hit. And his 3rd year in the NFL, still not getting those kind of calls. Dart picks up 3 on first down. Same with a shotgun look here. It's Scadaboo down the middle. However, does not open up much for him. So the 3rd and 6 could be the final play here of the 3rd quarter. They're letting that clock run down, and they do snap it. They must have saw something that they liked at the minimal here. Dropping it in, that's Malik Johnson to send us to the 4th quarter. It is a 1st and 10 at the 46. Giants well in charge here, 27-3 over the Saints. Their defense has played a phenomenal game, facing a rookie quarterback in Juston Sorenson, who hasn't looked to do anything crazy in this one. It's been pretty simple play calling. Also, you got to remember, other side of the field is his former coach, from college, and he's been changing up his defense a little bit. It's been fun to watch. But now we got to try to close this game out, as that's just a great play made by number 59. It's one of the linebackers I think they have playing up front now, or they've at least rotated someone else in to try to make some plays. It's the first loss on the day for Cameron Scattaboo. As Dart under pressure gets rid of it, it falls incomplete. I'm not sure where he was trying to go with that one, but hey, we will take the incompletion. 3rd and 11. As they look to set up a screen, left side. Scattaboo had the outside. Instead, he goes inside, and Davis is there to shut it down. So for the Saints, they pick up their first stop of at least a long time. Not first stop of the game, but a crucial stop here in the 4th. If you're even going to try to get a comeback going here, Olave gets the catch. That is only his 2nd grab of the day. A couple targets. He did drop one in the end zone earlier this game. Quick pass out to the flat, finding Bowers for the first down. And I would imagine for the remainder of this game, we're going to see a lot more passing from Juston Sorenson. They're going to let him open things up here. The receiver motion all the way to the left-hand side. That's Tutu Atwell. Sorenson throws downfield. Looks like it's going to come up a little bit short and off of a pair of Giants' hands. He did take a pretty good hit there at the end as well. But a 2nd and 10 as that pass falls incomplete. 22-yard line they remain. Quick throw over the top of 22. Definitely seems like Juston Sorenson has been flustered today, to say the least. He has not been on target. 3rd and 10 here. 4-man rush. Passes outside and broken up Holland. Forcing a 4th and 10 back at their own 22. Well, you wonder if they would just look to punt this one away with a score line. They do stay out on that field. Motioning that running back over to the left-hand side. And they swing it out his way, getting by the safety. Looked like man-on-man across the board, and they flip the field. That catch and run at least gives Juston Sorenson a $162. And counting here, we still got a little under 6 minutes to play. Passing down to the flat. Breaking a tackle, it's a gain of about 16. Saints finally picking things up here. They did drive one time earlier. They came away with nothing. Passes downfield and dropped. First time we've seen Oliver targeted. You could argue it should have been a catch. Instead, 2nd and 10, trips out right-hand side for Sorenson. Who's going to buy some time, passes over the middle by the diving player, and Corey Black. Sanders with a good hit. It has them going hurry up here. Down to the 10-yard line. They say a little bit of space prior to that goal line. They could get a free set of downs. Passing again underneath. Bowers, quick tackle, Holland. It does slow things down for the Saints. They do go back to the huddle. Sorenson, he's going to step up, and Juston Sorenson will have the first touchdown on the day, scrambling in. We saw him run a good bit at Stanford. It wasn't his primary, but he could do it if he needed to, and that you could say was needed. Saints with a little bit of life, perhaps a little bit of excess celebration. Trailing 27-9 currently. As the offense does stay on the field, they do look to hand this one off, and stuffed at about the inch line. Giants crash down on the run, keep it 27-9. Coach Bearington, he loves to see it. The hands team out on the field, and that's going to be muffed but not advanced. If they were allowed, then you're looking at a possible touchdown there. But instead, the defense right back onto the field. They just gave up everything on that previous drive. Over the middle and caught. Saints definitely picking up the pace here, making some plays. As it's a quick throw to the flat, no one out there. Kevin Salmon will fly over. The Saints definitely picking up their pace here late, trying to make this a game late. At least for the home crowd, something to cheer for, though. That ball is free, and the Giants come away with it. Gonna need to see a replay to see who popped that one out. Maurice Alakai recovers for the Giants. Juston Sorenson. It's a turnover that his team could not afford. It was Alexander who just got a good wrap up on him. Hand free, punched it out. And it's the DT combination for the turnover. And that can send out the Giants offense with the ball at the 29. About 3.5 minutes to play. Expect them to try to run the remainder of this clock out. As there's a good lane, Cameron Scattaboo, first down. He's at a $130 today with 16 rushes. Doesn't have a rushing touchdown. But he does, however, have a receiving touchdown. The 41-yard line here. Play clock down inside 5. It's a weak eye. Hand it off down the middle, and that's going to be an extra 5 to 6. Or perhaps even that was under. They actually mark it a gain of 7. Should be the final play here before the 2-minute break. As Etienne checks in, he bounces this one outside. Looks to cut back in, though that ball is down on the turf and recovered. Theo Johnson. Well, that might have been a case in which the player was actually down, but recovering it does not matter. We go through the 2-minute break. Scadaboo, he's going to take this one outside. He's by the 30. Getting a little stiff arm in there to extend the run down to the 18. It's another red zone trip here for the Giants. It does not seem like the Saints are going to call their timeouts here. They're just going to let it on run. The 18, Scadaboo, some more space down the middle, shucks off one. It's another first down. But we are not looking to run up this score. Victory formation, dart with the kneel. And this game is over, 27-9. It was a lighter second half for the Giants offense. They didn't put up as many points, but they still dominated time of possession. The defense, outside of a drive and a half in this one, shut down the Saints. An absolutely massive bounce back for a defense that was, you could argue, the worst in the league, giving up 55 points a game. Headed into this one, they give up just 9. The change in the defense massively fixed it. Or at the minimum, we at least hope it did, because next time, Sunday night primetime, we face the Chiefs. Both of us are 1-2. It has not been the start to the season that we both hope for. But that doesn't mean that these two teams don't have some very good players who are looking to make some big plays. And for us, we look to complete our bounce back. After that game, in the interviews leading up to this Chiefs game, they're talking about just how good that bounce back was, the feelings that brought, and if we could expect the same results. Once again, Coach Bearington doubling down here. Doesn't see a reason why not. So as we get prepared then for the Chiefs game, we'll keep things as they were for that Saints game. We have a breakout opportunity for defensive linemen. Alexander, he forced a fumble in that one. He got a sack. I have a feeling it might be him. I don't think it's going to be Maurice Alakai. We are also starting to get some trade offers in. Paulson Adebo has not seen the field much at all this year, because he's been replaced time and time again because he just wasn't playing well. But of all of these options, I'm leaning towards some potential offensive linemen. Max Lewis could be a potential tackle for us. We have Mbo out there. Now, he hasn't played bad, but could be an option. Or again, going back to Dahlman, he's a bit older, 28 years old, does hit 12 mil to the cap, but again, could be a really big option because in the passing game, all that pressure has come down the middle. So leave me your thoughts on what trade we should make, if any of those seem like a good idea or not. And also make sure, if you have not already, you are sticking around by hitting that bear icon in the bottom right or scrolling down, hitting that sub button, whichever one you prefer. It's free to subscribe. Doesn't cost you a thing. Just make sure you get to see all of the shenanigans we get into here with Coach Bearington and Coach Ty, beginning a new season tomorrow. We will be back here next time, returning to MetLife. Make sure you leave the video a thumbs up to support that defensive change. And make sure you got that bell notification clicked so you don't miss out on any of these games we've got coming your way. A long season in front. I think we've turned the corner.